So, as you guys can see, we have El Alquimista by Paulo Coelho, right? The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. You got a sun in the front, and there's a little saying in here that says, a fable for those to continue chasing their dreams. And then you got the back of the book with the crescent moon, and it says, the only obligation of a person is to complete their destiny. I am your boy Marcoelboriken, and I'm going to be reading to you Spanish and English for the Moorish Alchemist, part 73. It's a very short reading, and we're going to pick up with Santiago manipulating elemental forces. It says here, en el campamento estaba resultado difícil ver nada. In the encampment, it was difficult to see anything. Los hombres del desierto ya conocían aquel viento. The men of the desert, they already understood, they comprehended, they knew this wind. Le llamaban Simón y era peor que una tempestad en el mar porque ellos no conocían el mar. It was called this wind Simón because it was worse than a storm on the water, a thunderstorm on the water. And they didn't know what the ocean was. Los caballos relinchaban y las armas empezaron a quedar llenas de arena. The horse would what like whinny. The horses were making noises like yelling, and the arms, which are the firearms, the weapons, were being filled with all types of sand because of the sandstorm. En la peña, uno de los comandantes se volvió hacia el general y dijo, tal vez sea mejor no pasar de ahí. On the rock, one of the commanders told the generals, maybe it's better we don't pass here. Ya casi no podían distinguir al muchacho. They barely could distinguish the young man. Los rostros estaban cubiertos por los pañuelos azules y los ojos ahora solo reflejaban espanto. The only thing that could be seen were the blue turbans and wraps that covered their bodies. Only thing that you could really see was their eyes, and their eyes were a lot their eyes were reflecting a lot of terror and fear. Vamos a poner fin a esto, insistió otro comandante. Another commander insisted, let's put an end to this. Quiero ver la grandeza de Alá, dijo con respeto el general. One of the general with respect said to him or responded, I want to see the grandeur of Allah. Quiero ver cómo los hombres se transforman en viento. I want to see how men transform themselves into wind. Pero anotó mentalmente los hombres de que habían tenido miedo. But mentally, he noted which men felt fear. Tan pronto como parase el viento, los destituiría de sus mandos, porque los hombres del desierto no sienten miedo. As soon as the wind stopped, the men were stripped of their commands because men of the desert, they don't feel fear. So in this particular chapter, it's pretty short, but Santiago helped the commander with money, entertainment, and also he helped the general distinguish who in his platoon is fearful and who's not fearful. So that's major for um the fortitude and the strength of this particular tribal nomadic nation, any nation. So obviously, Santiago helped the general in this case um, in more ways than we can comprehend as any regular travelers or any regular employees. That's obviously much more of a militaristic perspective on reality to see um, who can handle fear and who can't handle fear in battle situations in the middle of the desert. So that was what was accredited as the grandeur of Allah, the grandeur of God, for spontaneity, serendipitous situations to bring out the best and the worst of us, and fortification. I think is the word for this one. But we'll get into Spanish and English for the Moorish Alchemist Part 74 next time. I'm your boy Marcoelboriken. Check out moorsoflight.com, right? This is El Alquimista by Santiago, written for Santiago as the protagonist, written by Paulo Coelho, right? In the back here says the only obligation of a person is to complete their destiny. And I like to ask at the end of these readings, man, we're only down to about 20 pages left. I'm gonna miss this one. This is a great, great, great book. I like to ask at the end of my readings all the time, what is your destiny? Right? The only obligation of a person is to complete their destiny, as per the alchemist. But you should ask yourself, like, what is actually your destiny, right? So, thank you guys for logging in again. This is the cover of the book once again. It's originally in Portuguese. I recommend learning how to read it in its original language. Spanish is pretty good too. English is pretty good too, but Portuguese and Spanish, you're gonna get a deeper understanding and better descriptions and stuff like that. So, hope you guys have a fabulous day, night, evening. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice to you